So for years, Apple used to mock Samsung and Qualcomm, saying they were always generations behind in performance and video.
While our competition is scrambling to catch up with our chips from last year, we remain generations ahead.
Frankly, the competition is still playing catch-up to our chips, not just from last year, but even from 2 years ago.
But with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, the tables have turned, and now it's Samsung that gets the last laugh. And let me show you why. What's up guys, Sal here. So the chip powering the Galaxy S26 Ultra is finally official. And listen, I'm not gonna bore you with a 50-page spec sheet that sounds like a lecture on chip design. Instead, let's focus on 3 big upgrades that actually matter for normal people. First up, Qualcomm just unveiled the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 today, and if you look at the numbers, this thing is wild. Compared to the last generation 8 Elite, Qualcomm is claiming a 20% faster CPU while also being 35% more efficient. And yeah, that 35% is a big deal. When it comes to GPU, we're looking at a 23% jump in drop performance while using 20% less power. And the NPU, which is the part that handles AI, camera processing and more, is a full 37% faster than before. Taken together, CPU, GPU and NPU, the 8 Elite Gen 5 is about 16% more efficient overall than the previous chip. That means even with the same battery size, the S26 Ultra should deliver a noticeable improvement in battery life. That sounds impressive, but let's bring in some real benchmarks so you can see how it stacks up against Apple's A19 Pro. Here are the Geekbench scores from Qualcomm's reference device they used at the event. 3800 in single core and 12400 in multi-core. Absolutely wild. Now remember, Samsung will use an overclocked version of this chip, so the actual S26 Ultra number should be even higher. We're talking 4000 plus in single core and pushing close to 13,000 in multi-core. But for now, let's stick to what Qualcomm officially showed. Compared to Apple's A19 Pro inside the iPhone 17 Pro Max, these results are in a different league. In single core, the Snapdragon edges slightly ahead, but in multi-core, it's not even close. 9800 versus 12300. And Qualcomm isn't being shy here, they straight up said it. The 8 Elite Gen 5 is the fastest mobile CPU in the world. This is funny because Apple just stood on stage 2 weeks ago bragging the same thing, and that crown lasted exactly 15 days. And not only in multi-core, but in single core too, the very same metric that Apple fans always pointed to when saying single core is what you actually feel in everyday apps. Well, that's no longer an Apple advantage. I'm not here to mock Apple for the sake of it, but let's be real, year after year, Apple mocked Qualcomm, Samsung, and the entire Android ecosystem at their events. They proudly say Apple's chips were 2 or 3 generations ahead, that even a 3-year-old iPhone was faster than the latest Galaxy. Well, look who's laughing now. And this isn't just about CPU performance. When we shift to GPU, the gap grows even wider. 5300 on the A19 Pro versus 8300 on the Snapdragon. And then there's AI, notable improvements here too. Another game-changing feature coming to the S26 Ultra is video recording. Qualcomm showed off a massive upgrade here, and this could be the feature that finally helps Samsung challenge Apple's crown for best video. Specifically, the new Snapdragon is the world's first mobile chip to support the advanced professional video codec. Fun fact, Samsung actually developed this back in 2023, but the S26 Ultra will be the first phone to ship with it. And let's be real, this is Samsung's answer to Apple's ProRes. So what does it do? Well, APV delivers near lossless video quality, but it's 20% more space efficient than ProRes. That means you get more detail, better dynamic range, richer colors without filling up your storage in one shoot. And yes, like iPhone, you can save straight to external storage. You also get pro-level controls like more frame rate options, LUT support for log video, basically everything you'd expect in a dedicated professional camera. All of this will be part of Pro Video mode on the S26 Ultra, and as the name suggests, is clearly aimed at pros and serious content creators. Now, iPhones have long been the go-to devices for creators, especially for video, but with the APV codec coming to the S26 Ultra, that long-standing narrative might finally start to change. With that said, Samsung is currently offering some great deals on their latest phones, tablets, and wearables, like instant discounts, free storage upgrades, and better trade-ins for a limited time only. So if you're interested, I'll have those links down in the description. Now, the S26 Ultra will officially launch with One UI 8.5, and that software has already leaked. I've covered 20 new changes and features you need to know about. Click right here and I'll see you there.